There's an update on how your father is, how his condition is, and how his spirits are on his 80th birthday.
I did not see him today. Today is his birthday, but about 3 days ago was it? I visited him and he was in good spirits. And I was asking him and I was asking the guards if we can send him gifts for his birthday, and they said that we can send him some clothes only for his birthday. So my sister prepared that gift for him. And yes, he said that he was excited to reach 100 because in the Philippines you get 100,000 if you reach 100 years old, and so he was in a rush to get to 100. And well, I told him that my only wish for him is good health, and I thank him for emphasizing the value of education to me when I was a child. And now that it's his birthday, I thank him for teaching me resilience and courage through his exigence.
What's your message for the ICC and for the rest of the world on your father's 80th birthday?
Right, for the rest of the world, especially our kababayans, our countrymen around the world and in the Philippines celebrating his birthday, we thank them for the celebrations, the prayers, and the support. And today, that it is his birthday, and let us pray that God will grant him the release that he wants back home to Davao City.
Could you give us an update on his health situation, because he was visibly at least tired for his first hearing? Has his health improved since then?
Well, yes. He seems to be better now, but all his complaints are the complaints of an 80-year-old. The headaches, the body aches, and what else did he? He wasn't so much complaining about his physical well-being. It's just that he just misses Filipino food. So that's it.
And in terms of I know you don't want to disclose sort of legal strategy, but you still believe that he doesn't have a case to answer?
That's what he said. First, he said that they brought me here illegally. It is what we call extraordinary rendition in law. And then he said that I don't have to answer for anything because he believes that there is no case to begin with. And well, that's what he says. But of course, the lawyers know the process inside the ICC. And of course, he inside says it as well, that we will do what the rules and guides are inside the ICC. And that is what his message as well to the supporters. Told them that you can express your anger, you can express your support, you can say your prayers, but let us allow the lawyers to work on the ICC first.
And how do you feel as a daughter on your father's 80th birthday with him in a detention center?
Well, I'm happy that he reached 80 years old. As I said earlier, in the Chinese belief, 79, 9 is not a good number because it symbolizes death. So he's now 80, so good luck is coming to him.
Thank you.
Ma'am,
Yes.
how about the likelihood also, because the ex-president is now at the ICC detention, of the freezing of assets of the Dutertes?
Yes, ma'am. I don't have anything to do with the ICC case. I don't expect there will be freezing of my assets. But if there will be freezing of my assets in relation to the ICC case, then that would show again harassment of our family in the Philippines.
Ma'am, hindi lang daw po yung sa inyo. It's for the entire Duterte clan.
Kaya nga, yung sagot ko po ma'am para sa akin. I cannot speak for my siblings, but I can only speak for myself. I am not part of the ICC case, so if there will be freezing of my assets in relation to the ICC case, then it will just show more of the harassment that we are getting from the government.
Ma'am, the Duterte family is is requesting. Is it true that you are requesting the Philippines to cooperate with the ICC with regards to the interim release, if ever that will be granted, and if ever you will be filing for that petition? And if that happens, it will follow that the freezing of assets will also be tackled.
The family, we do not talk to the Philippine government. All the legal processes that are needed to be done because of the case here in the ICC are through the lawyers. So I don't think as well that the lawyers talk to the Philippine government because it's only right now it's only the detainee, the lawyers, the courts, and the prosecutors, and of course the complainants.
Bibi Sara, aware ba si former President Duterte na milyong-milyong Pilipino ang nag-gather ngayon dahil in the past sa kanyang birthday?
Yes, ma'am. Opo.
Wow!
Pinadala po namin kanina sa abogado yung pictures ng Davao City. Dahil kasi yun lang yung meron akong pictures, but ang naintindihan ko buong Pilipinas ang nagse-celebrate ngayon ng birthday niya.
Buong mundo.
Buong mundo ang nagse-celebrate ngayon ng birthday niya. Ang pinadala ko sa abogado, and sabi ng abogado, there is a system doon sa loob na ina-upload yan sa laptop ng detainee at nakikita niya doon ang mga letters, ang mga photos, ang mga videos na pinapadala ng mga family members, and I think allowed din ang mga ganon, mga footage ng supporters.
Yeah, may message po ba siya sa government sa ginawa sa kanyang illegal kidnapping?
Wala. Ma'am, he never mentions the administration. But up to the last minute, he always said, and he told me that the military will do the right thing. So, yun yung lagi niyang sinasabi sa akin
para hindi po tayo magulo.
Ma'am, is the legal team of ex-President Duterte complete now? Yung legal team po niya, kompleto na po ba?
Yung legal team niya po, ma'am, dalawa na po yung merong papers coming from the ICC. So we're waiting for the papers of 2 more lawyers. And then we're currently recruiting 1 more lawyer, excluding the Filipino lawyer.
And the prosecutor has filed his evidence, 181 pieces of evidence. Have you seen that? Do you know what's in there?
No, I have no access to that. Only the lawyers can discuss circumstances surrounding the case.
Ma'am, the possibility,
Para
for
si Vicky,
example,
hindi na siya
of
ma-stress
interim release,
na
the possibility
maglakad-lakad pa siya.
of not
Dito lang
bringing
sa
him to the
Vicky.
Philippines because
Sampo
the
kayo
Philippines
from
is no longer
here,
a state party to
exit
the
kayo
Rome
papunta
Statute.
dito.
What
Para
are
may
your
flow po
thoughts
tayo
about it?
mga kababayan.
If ever
Or
that
kung
will be
pwede,
granted,
20
he
nga.
will be sent to another country
20.
for him to be released there.
Well, I do not know. I do not know right now what will be the terms of
Or,
the
wait lang,
interim
relax lang.
release, if at
Or,
all there will be an
better
interim
yet. Kung
release.
kung 2020
But
baka
I
umabot
understand
tayo na
that is one
August.
of
So, gawin
the
na lang
items
natin.
that the lawyers
Mag-selfie na lang
are
si VP
thinking
dito
about
para sa
and
ating lahat
discussing.
na klaro talaga yung mukha
But the
ninyo.
details of that, you need
Kasi
to
hindi
ask
naman tayo
the
pumunta
lawyer
dito para
on what their
mag-selfie.
ways forward with
Because we
regard to that
celebrate the birthday
Article
of our
60 of the
beloved
Rome Statute.
former
But will he be
president.
applying for interim release? Can you
Ang
confirm
sabi
that?
nga
And
ni
how
Senator
soon?
Robin, ang tatak
Well, you have to
Duterte,
ask. You have to ask the lawyers because
Sabi ni tatay, relax.
I am only
Si ate, grabe ka relax kasi kumakain
part
siya.
and in charge of organizing the
relax
team.
lang tayo
I understand,
I
yeah.
do not talk to the client about legal
please,
strategies.
umupo po kayong
I just
lahat.
organize the legal team and then I take care
Kung
of
katong
his
sige
needs.
main court, tindog ka dali, upo
Ma'am,
na naman.
yung House din po,
Ganyan
nag-motion
lang ang
for
buhay
you to
talaga. Nasa
answer the
taas at sa
summons
ibaba.
on the articles of impeachment. Pero si
Yung mga
Senate
senior,
President
kung gusto nyo nang matulog,
Escudero
uwi na
naman
kayo.
po, tinanggihan po yung
Ganun talaga
bill na
yun.
to. Your thoughts
Pero
on
kung hindi pa kayo
the
senior,
House,
relax lang.
House action and then the
Okay,
Senate
ganun
action?
yan ha.
Right,
Selfie lang tayo ha.
There is already
Okay,
a
so
legal
upo muna,
team that
mga
I
mamsis.
formed for my impeachment back in the Philippines, and I guess it is best if the spokesperson for the legal team can talk about that summons.
This is the reason why I canceled my
Alright guys, saglit lang dahil live tayo. Skip ko lang yung saglit guys ha. Skip ko lang yung ayan.
Including also the action of the Senate President
Right. Let's continue,
to
guys.
deny
Thank you for watching.
for you to answer or to respond to that summons.
Okay.
Pagkatapos ng
ma'am.
interview,
I
ang
believe
gagawin natin,
the best
mag-selfie
person
with
to answer
everyone.
that would be the
So please
spokesperson of the
guys,
legal
yung
team.
mga nakatayo
And I
dito sa
understand they
mga
already selected
mountain
one
area.
person
Mountain
from
area
that
ba yan? O parang
team,
sa
one
hill?
lawyer from that team
Umupo
to
muna
talk
kayo
about
para yung mga tao naman doon sa
or to
likod,
answer.
makita naman tayo yung mukha pag zoom.
Sila na lang
Kasi
pa,
i-zoom yan eh.
because they're not part of the OPP. It's an external
Relax
office.
kayo sa atin, busog na no?
It's an external law firm.
Has it been explained why Hanilet and Kitty have not been allowed entry or visit the past 2 days?
No. We do not know what happened. But today they have their schedule back at 2 p.m. So they'll be going inside.
So there will be someone visiting him today on his birthday.
Yes, my sister and her mother.
Okay, great.
And they're also requesting for tomorrow. Will they be able to enter also or to visit tomorrow?
I understand there's no answer yet with regard to the application for permission to visit tomorrow.
Ayan guys, good morning once again. Ito pinapanood natin yung interview kay VP Sara and the update regarding sa condition ni Tatay Digong sa loob ng ICC compound or ICC detention center guys. So ayun, narinig naman natin kanina na sabi nga niya okay naman daw si Tatay Digong and he is happy to be to celebrate his 80th birthday and he is also excited daw. Excited na umabot sa 100 years old. So ayun, ituloy natin yung video and pakinggan pa natin kung ano yung iba pang update regarding kay Tatay Digong guys. So yeah, let's continue the video.
But yes, I gave them all the days while they are here. I have a confirmation on Tuesday, but I told the lawyer that I'll give it to my sister.
VP Sara, I know you're
transferable.
super duper busy here. Are you aware po na yung mga supporters ninyo ay ginigipit ng Congress at gustong ikulong?
Yes, ma'am. Opo. Actually, may nagpadala sa akin no, na retired PNP personnel. Sabi niya sa akin na on the days leading to the campaign, papahirapan talaga ang mga tao na tumutulong sa inyo. Kaya sabi niya, sabihan mo yung mga kaibigan ninyo at mga supporters ninyo na kung ano man yung mga kailangan nila i-comply sa mga government offices, BIR, Bureau of Customs, DFA, lahat ng mga merong negosyo na kailangan may compliance ay i-comply nila because ang sabi ay papahirapan. Kung hindi man papahirapan ay isasara talaga ang mga negosyo.
Pero right now po yung mga vloggers or content creators talaga na sumusuporta sa inyo ay talagang tina-target sila.
Yes, ma'am. Isa din yan na sa ginagawa no, sa mga kaibigan, mga supporters, at mga kababayan natin. Ang nakita ko lang dyan, ma'am, noong sinimulan yung hearing, no, about vloggers at kung ano ang limitations ng isang tao sa freedom of speech niya, ay ang dami pong vloggers na lumabas na naglabas.
Actually guys, wait lang, balik natin ng konti. Actually guys, hindi naman nilalahat ko, pero ang problema kasi sa mga vloggers spread din kasi sila ng fake news. Aside sa fake news, yung exaggerated ba na pagka ano tawag dito, may dinadagdagan sa mga content nila, yung siguro for the views lang ganun, kaya yun lalo nagiinit yung issue or binibigyan ng other ibang kahulugan para lang siguro syempre dahil yun nga vlogger nga gustong magka-views, gustong magka-viral, nilalagyan ng ibang meaning yung kunyari statement ganyan. Kaya yun, binabanatan talaga sila ng Kongreso. Hindi ko naman sinasabi na anti-Duterte ako. In fact, nakalagay nga dito sa ano ko na I am a pro-Duterte supporter. Yun nga lang, yung iba kasi nating kasamahan or ibang vlogger na pro-Duterte din is, ayun nga, kung ano bang tawag dito, kung mag-vlog or mag-content, it's either dagdag bawas or karamihan exaggerated or fake news. Kaya ayun, lalong napapag-initan ng gobyerno. So tuloy natin guys.
At kung ano ang limitations ng isang tao sa freedom of speech.
Balik ko lang saglit lang guys.
Ay talagang tina-target sila.
Yes ma'am, isa din yan na sa ginagawa no, sa mga kaibigan, mga supporters at mga kababayan natin. Ang nakita ko lang dyan ma'am, noong sinimulan yung hearing no, about vloggers at kung ano ang limitations ng isang tao sa freedom of speech niya, ay ang dami pong vloggers na lumabas, na naglabas ng talaga totoo na bagay sa akin.
Yeah.
Ayun guys. So, see? Pakinggan nyo. Sabi niya, hindi talaga totoo. Sabi ni VP Sara. Yung ibang vloggers na pro-Duterte, sana yung tama lang at saka yung totoo lang ang sabihin natin. Kasi nga, mainit na sa atin yung gobyerno, papainitin pa natin lalo, lalo nagkakaletsi-letsi yung sitwasyon ng mga Duterte at ng mga supporters. So one last time, balikan natin guys. Let's digest kung ano yung sinabi ni VP Sara at siguro naman tayo as mga bilang vloggers at supporters nila maging responsible na lang tayo na gumawa ng content or gumawa ng video to spread para hindi tayo mapag-initan guys ng gobyerno kasi nga ayun nga inahabol yung mga ibang lalo na yung mga sikat na vloggers, di ba? So, yes, pakinggan natin ulit i-digest natin yung sinabi ni VP Sara. 'Di ba? Sabi niya nga yung iba daw kasi dinadagdagan or exaggerated. So, pakinggan natin ulit guys.
Ay ang dami pong vloggers na lumabas, na naglabas ng talaga totoo na bagay sa akin.
Oh, yun.
Katulad noong basketball player.
Yes.
Ang daming vloggers na naglabas ng paninira at walang basehan, walang ebidensya at hindi totoo na nakakasira ng pangalan ko.
Yeah.
Pero bakit wala sila dyan sa hearing na yan? So bakit
mga anti-Duterte sinisiraan siya?
Ay mga vloggers na sumusuporta sa opisina ko, sa akin as Vice President, kay dating Pangulo Rodrigo Duterte. Wala man lang kahit isang vlogger na tinawag para pasagutin kung bakit mo binastos yung pagkatao ni Inday Sara Duterte.
VP Sara, panghuli na lang kasi isa ako sa mga tina-target no, ng Marcos administration at sinasabi nila na ako ay fake news. Gusto ko lang po bigyan ng diin sa inyo, samantahan ko na yung pagkakataon. Isa sa in-expose ko yung pag-kidnap sa dalawang minor age ng isang kababayan natin. Nandito siya ngayon, si Mishina Makapinig. Gusto ko lang sabihin sa harap ng mga tao kasama ng mga media na hindi po fake news yun dahil yung biktima mismo ay nandito. At na-interview na rin po natin na isa siya bago ang Pangulong Duterte actually na kidnap, yun yung nakikita naman ng tao, ay siya muna, yung dalawang minor de edad niya. And I hope yung ating mga kaibigan sa media ay sana naman pag-usapan yung gano'n kasi issue yan ng Pilipino, ang kidnapping.
Totoo yan, ma'am.
Yeah.
It is actually an item inside the Armed Forces of the Philippines.
Yes.
It is there is a record inside.
True.
The AFP. But somehow, nobody seems to exact accountability and transparency for what happened to the children and to that kidnapping of minors in Turkey, which was led by officials inside the Philippine government.
Yes.
Ma'am, your mother is coming as well. It's the ex-president's birthday. Darating din po ba siya dito sa the Netherlands?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Darating yung nanay ko, pero nagsabi yung nanay ko, huwag siyang banggitin kasi ayaw daw niyang pinag-uusapan siya. So, yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, tanong din po, yun po bang lawyer ni, yung pong mga lawyer sa defense ni ex-President Duterte, kayo po ang may final say o meron din pong say si Pangulong Duterte?
Siya po, ma'am. Dahil
Siya.
siya yung client. So, ang nangyayari po ay
Let's follow the rules, please.
merong lawyer,
Kasi yung mga
tapos
nagtatrabaho sa detention
pinapa-vet
po,
namin, background checking, vetting, and then ini-interview ko. Pagkatapos, sinasabihan ko si Pangulong Duterte na pwede mo bang i-consider ito, and then kinakausap siya,
Otherwise, our
and then
celebration
nag-usap
will
sila,
be cut short.
and then siya ang
Meron pa po
nagde-decide.
tayong
So his
planning
decision
session.
is finally sa kanya.
Right, opo, kasi yung relationship po ay nasa kanila sa loob. Lawyer-client relationship po yung nandoon sa kanila sa loob. Wala po kaming relationship ng lawyer. That is why wala din kaming lawyer-client privilege. Kaya hindi ako kaparte ng kung ano yung ginagawa ng mga abogado.
Ma'am, pero meron na po kayong application for visit of your mom.
Ayaw daw niya na pamitin siya at ayaw niyang pag-usapan siya. So, respetuhin na lang po natin yung kagustuhan ng tao for privacy.
Ma'am, pagbibigay niyo po lahat ng mga days po ninyo na confirm kayo to visit to Hanilet and to Kitty, hanggang kailan po yun?
Itong Tuesday lang, ma'am, kasi supposedly Mondays ay akin yon para lang mapag-usapan namin ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte kung ano yung ginawa ng mga lawyers the week before at ano yung gagawin ng mga lawyers during that week. Kaya nireserve yung Mondays sa akin. But apparently, hindi pwede sa Monday. So nalipat ako sa Tuesday and na-bump off si Veronica, yung kapatid ko. So sabi ko sa lawyer, ibibigay ko na lang kay Veronica yung Tuesday dahil meron na siyang 3 or 4 na araw. Ilang araw na ba siya nandito na hindi pa niya nakakasama ng araw-araw si Pangulong Duterte.
So, kailan po malilipat yung sa inyong Wednesday na lang?
Hindi ko pa po alam, ma'am, dahil ang mga abogado lang din po yung nakikipag-usap sa loob para ayusin yung schedule. Ang ginagawa lang po namin ay nagsasubmit kami, pinag-uusapan namin ni Veronica kung ano yung mga araw at sino-sino. Kasi meron ding mga araw na kaming dalawa yung papasok, wala yung nanay ni Veronica. So, sinasubmit lang namin sa abogado yon at sinasubmit din ng abogado doon sa loob ng ICC detention.
I'm sorry, 181 daw po yung evidence pero paunang bahagi pa lang daw ito. So, ibig sabihin marami pang paparating daw na ebidensya against your mom.
Ang comment ko lang talaga dyan, ma'am, okay lang din naman siguro na mag-comment ako nito dahil hindi naman ako kaparte ng ICC case. 181 pieces of evidence at sinasabi nila libo-libo. This is a case of crimes against humanity. So, kung meron ka lang 181 pieces of evidence, does that show a crime against humanity? Kasi kaya nga sinasabi ko sabi ko, naging kaso ba ito dahil sa atake lang ng media? Dahil lagi pa ulit-ulit ng media yon. Ilang taon? War on drugs, thousands killed. War on drugs, 30,000 killed. And yet, nandito na tayo ngayon sa ICC and there's just 181 pieces of evidence. So, nasaan na ang 30,000 pieces of evidence? This is not a case for the ICC. This was not even, these were not even cases in the Philippines. Not a single case. So, parang ang pakiramdam ko, naging kaso siya dahil sa portrayal ng media sa war on drugs. And that was just the title noong trabaho ng gobyerno na pugsain ang illegal na droga sa loob ng kanyang bayan. Parang hindi siya makatarungan sa 80 years old na tao.
Ma'am, so ang sinisisi po,
But the ICC is also saying that even one death is already enough to constitute crimes against humanity?
Of course not.
No, ang sinabi po ma'am ng human rights group na pinamumunuan po ni Attorney Conti is that it doesn't have to be 30,000 but they have to prove that it's systematic and it's organized. Yun po yung sabi sa press conference kagabi.
Yes, but you have to prove that there were 30,000 victims.
Yeah.
So how can you prove systematic killing of 30,000 victims if you do not have the names of 30,000 victims? So, really, truly, wala naman kaming magawa sa media, pero nakikita ko talaga sa lahat ng articles, war on drugs, killing thousands, and yet we have 181 pieces of evidence, and we don't even have 50 victims. This is 43 counts of murder, not even 50. So where is the system there of killing thousands? No, you don't. No, sorry. Bobo yung abogado nila.
Ma'am, last na lang from my end. You have so much on your plate. Birthday ng presidente, you are the vice president, malayo kayo sa pamilya ninyo na nasa Pilipinas. How do you manage? Paano ang estratehiya ninyo to balance your family time, pag-aalaga sa pamilya, pati na po itong mga problema ang kinakaharap ng inyong pamilya? And for yourself?
Well, nung dumating si Hanilet, ay nakaligo na ako ng maayos. Kuskus ko na yung mga dapat kuskusin, ma'am. At na-shave ko na yung aking legs. Nagupitan ko na yung aking kuko nung dumating si Hanilet. So on that point, okay na ako. Sakto naman yung tulog ko, sakto yung kain ko. So wala na tayong problema dyan. Pagdating naman sa mga anak ko, nandyan yung aking husband. Siya yung parent. Ngayon, solo parent siya doon sa aming mga anak. At pagdating naman sa trabaho ko sa Office of the Vice President, dahil nga konti na lang din ang projects namin ngayon, ay kayang-kaya nila. We do it remotely. They give me updates every morning sa kanilang time, and then I give them replies every morning sa time namin. So may sistema kami doon sa Office of the Vice President. And, well, yes, organizing the team, the support team of, the legal team of President Duterte and the support team of President Duterte in The Hague. Yun lang yung hindi pa naaayos ngayon.
Thank you so much.
Ayun. So, tapos na guys. Wait lang. Yun yung update sa anong tawag dito? Yun yung update sa condition ni PRRD guys. Wait lang ha. Alright. So yeah. Abangan na lang natin kung ano pa yung mga next na update regarding kay Tatay Digong. So sa ngayon, yun lang muna guys. Thank you so much sa panonood, and I hope to see you again on my next video. And yes, ano tawag dito? Thank you so much, and please do subscribe to my little channel guys. Salamat sa suporta. And bye-bye for now. Peace guys. Thank you so much.